Hello everyone, I am Satyam and in this video we will be covering the part 2 of our Ajax tutorial, and in this video we will see the actual demo of how the Ajax works. So before diving into the coding part, I just want to describe Ajax to you once more. So Ajax allows us to load the web page without even knowing the user, without even telling the user. That is, it doesn't reloads that page, but it changes the content on the page dynamically. And we can Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML, and we can send the asynchronous JavaScript data, and that helps us to create, and that helps us to create dynamic content in our web page, so that the user gets a complete different experience while using our website or a web app. We have seen many examples of Ajax, like we are using Facebook, and then after if we scroll down, then we get the new content without even the reloading the page. Similar is the case between many apps these days, like Instagram. We are using Instagram, then without loading the complete page, we are getting the new content by just scrolling down. So this is the basic usage of Ajax, and this is the diagram of Ajax. The browser creates an XML HTTP request and then sends that to the server. The server receives that request and then creates a response and then send that response back to the browser, and then the browser displays the data by changing the DOM elements. So this is what actually happens when a HTTP request works, but the XML HTTP request works behind the scenes, so the user doesn't have to reload the page again. So this is our demo. So first is the HTML tag, then the body, and this is a simple HTML. I haven't used the HTML5 or something like that, because this is the very basic example. So after that, I have used a div. In that div, I have created a h2 header tag and a button. So the button type is button, and when we click on the button, that is, I have applied an event to that button. When I click the button, and then what will happen is, the button will change the content. On clicking the button, we will change the content of the button. So what will happen is, when we click the button, the load doc function runs. So the load doc function helps us to create the all the Ajax code, and then when this function runs, we can then play with the JavaScript code. So let's see what will happen. So when the function runs, I am just creating a variable xHTTP. So that variable is a new object of XML HTTP request type. So after that, we can check whether the function is ready, or whether the our page is ready to load the HTTP content, or to change the, or to get the response from the server, or to send the request to the server. So what will happen is, we just check xHTTP dot on ready state change. On ready state change is the method name, so that we apply on the and if that xHTTP dot on ready state change is a function. So that function, in that function, we will check whether this dot ready state equals to 4, and this dot status equals to 200. Ready state 4 means that your page is ready, and then the status tells us the page is loaded correctly, and you can then change the content of the page. So when the condition satisfies, the document dot get element by id, we get the document. Now what is a document? Document is the complete HTML code that we write, and that our browser can understand. And then we get the get element by, and then we have used the method of get element by id. Now get element by id gives us the id, takes id as an input. Now I have declared the div in my HTML content with the ID of demo. Then I pass the ID of demo because I want to change the content of that div. And dot inner HTML is again a method. We are basically using the chaining method here. Like one method gives the takes the input and gives the output to the another method, and another method takes the output of the previous method as an input. So after that, I am changing the inner HTML equals to this dot response text. So this dot response text is used because if we are working with different objects, then the different objects will own that data, or that data is owned by that particular object. And then after that, when this thing runs, we get the output. And then you can see that xhttp dot and then I have just closed the if bracket and then the on ready state change function. So what I am doing is our maximum work is done. So after that, what we have to do is we just have to open the link where we want to send the get or post request. Now you can send the get request as well as the post request with the help of Ajax. Get request help us to get the data from the server, whereas post request help us to post some data to the server, and then according to that posted data we get our output. So we are using get because I just want to change the content. And in this case, the second parameter is the actual link where we want to find that where we want to change our content. Now I have used a simple file name here, and still my code will work. How? My code will work because my file is on the same server, is on the same folder where I am currently running this program, so I can work with that easily. But when you are using the Ajax on a live website, you can't use this. You have to use some kind in some cases you have to use some kind of proxies like cross origin. You can search about that, or you have to type the full URL in the as a second argument till the name of the file, and you have to give the file name. And then you have third parameter is true, that is yes, we want to change the content, and yes, we want to post that get that content or post that content. So after that, everything is done and we just have to send that request. We send that request, and we can then see our content is changed. So when I click on that change content button, what will happen is the code is same, still the same, everything is same, but the content is changed. Now you can see that after clicking that thing, my content is fully changed. I don't have to write any single line of code, and this all happens without loading the web page. You can try that. In this video I can't show you the exact demo, but you can try that on your own. You can even type the same code, but just check the link part. Like I have used the direct name of the file because I am on the same server. But if you are not on the same server and you have to do that remotely, or you have to do that for your live website, then you have to put the exact link so that you can use that. And in some cases you have to do some kind of proxies, because most of the web servers tries to stop your Ajax request because of some security reasons. So you have to use some proxies like cross origin. You can search about that, and then you can enjoy Ajax, and you can then change the content of your website anytime, just by a simple click, or without even telling the user that I am going to change your content. So this is it, guys. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned with the Unacademy for more videos, and you can get the full source code of this video and other videos at the following link.